Primeval forests and vast swamps stretching across 9 countries in South America is the existence of a monster, one of the terrifying species on Earth. Anaconda, the legless monster of the Amazon swamp. The story begins with the name of this monster. The anaconda is the international name of the giant python. Many theories suggest it is derived from the word Anaconda in Sri Lanka's Sinhala dialect meaning serpent of thunder. Another theory is derived from the word Anaconda in Tamil language meaning the elephant killer. The Spaniards who explored South Africa also called the giant python Matador, the bull killer. Those names have probably shown the size and personality of the giant python. With such a thrilling background, it is not difficult to understand when the anaconda is considered the king of the most ferocious beast in the world today. There are many records of the size that Aboriginal Amazonians describe a python has a length of 15 meters and a weight of more than a ton. And by 1935, British explorers saw firsthand a long green anaconda reaching a length of 50 meters. However, up to now, no one has ever caught a python of similar size. Researchers say that when a giant python molts, his skin usually expands, creating a virtual size, much larger than it is. With the long and big body, brutal character, and the ability of lurking in the Amazon swamps has turned the giant python into a formidable silent killer. Their body is a giant muscle mass, and if it curls that muscles around your body, then the game is over. The stories surrounding this animal have made the whole world fear it, but they are as scary as rumors say in truth. The anaconda is a genus of giant snakes. It has an amphibian lifestyle but rarely climbs trees due to its large body mass. The python lives mainly in the water, swamp, or jungle of South Africa. They include 4 types of green, yellow, black, and white, and Bolivian giant python, of which the green is the largest. The adult can be up to 7 meters long and weighs 250 kilograms. Anaconda lives underwater in terms of habitats but does not eat fisheries such as fish. Its favorite prey is crocodile, other snakes, goats, and even jaguar. The anaconda is relatively slow, so they often rely on stealth and surprise attacks to capture prey. Do anaconda python continuously grow or not? To the scientific world, the South America legless monster is the largest snake species in the world, but how big it really is? The anaconda will continue to grow both horizontally and vertically until it dies. This is not a strange phenomenon. In fact, all reptiles are the same. Almost all snakes and turtles live. The longer they live, the larger the size, and when they get older, they will be different from the rest. But nature is very harsh. The larger the size, the more easily detected by enemies. This is the reason why we never see large dinosaur lizards or 10-meter-long python appear. Anaconda does not have many enemies, so an anaconda can easily surpass the 10 to 12-year mark in the wild. In captivity, it can live up to 30 years. Due to its gigantic creature, an anaconda 5 meter long and 100 kilogram weight is not unusual. Even in Brazil, people caught a 10 meter long and 500 kilogram weight anaconda. And one thing is certain that he will be bigger as long as it is alive and able to molt. Although he grows continuously, the growth rate is different following each period. In the early years, the anaconda can grow quickly, but years later, the python's growth rate will slow down. The 15-meter-long anaconda python is impossible. Even a 10-meter-long one, like in Brazil, is also a rare thing. Do anaconda pythons spawn or lay offspring? If someone asks you if a snake lays eggs or lays offspring, you will surely answer with certainty that they lay eggs because you are very impressed with the image of snake surgery that has hundreds of eggs like this, right? But did you know that 70% of snakes lay eggs, while the other 30% lay babies? The spawning group usually lives in hot climates, while the offspring tend to live in colder places because the soil is not warm enough to hatch the eggs. According to you, the anaconda monster spawns or lays babies. And yes, the answer is that they give birth and often provide nutrition to the baby in the womb through the placenta. They can lay from 10 to 50 young pythons with their giant bodies, and their record number is up to 100 babies. The mother anaconda sometimes also eats the baby's oversides cover and even the dead offspring to have more strength to support their reproduction. Each newborn anaconda is about 75 cm long and weighs about 250 grams. The newborn anaconda can live immediately and leave the mother just hours after birth. After being born, the children will start looking for the first meal of their life. They have to fight themselves if they face the piranhas, which could end their lives. Young python. Do anaconda python eat humans or not? Hollywood movies have portrayed the anaconda as a giant and bloodthirsty monster. Despite its massive body, they act like a stealthy and precise ninja ready to attack humans anytime. But just in the movie, what about real life? Whether the anaconda python is really that scary, and for them human flesh is a favorite? First of all, we need to know that anaconda is a common name for 4 different python types. South America's green python is the only python worthy of giant python's name. They have an average length of 5 to 6 meters, 30 centimeters in diameter, and at least 100 kilograms in weight. Typical anaconda species are different from the Bolivia python or South America golden python, which have 55 kilogram weight and have 3 to 4 meter long. They can only eat mid-range prey, but if eating a human is probably too much. But the green anaconda is not common. They can attack relatively large prey like cows or crocodiles. With a massive body and huge muscles, they will quickly squeeze the target, crush each bone, and then swallow. The green anaconda python can digest food equivalent to about 30% of body weight. However, in some cases, they still digest prey of 75% to 100% body weight. In other words, a human being 1 meter and 80 centimeters tall and weighing 80 kilograms is also sure to be swallowed up by a green anaconda. With standard python, when eating too large prey can cause them to rupture and die literally. With anaconda, they may not fall into such a situation. However, they don't often try to digest the large prey because the anaconda cannot breathe and swallow at the same time. If they want to swallow large prey, they have to stop breathing for a long time. Besides, attacking a big prey wastes a lot of time and energy, and extended prey ingestion will put the python in danger. They also eat their meals selectively. The big anaconda usually only chooses deer, leopards, crocodiles. Humans are not familiar food, so they will not risk attacking humans. Some studies show that the anaconda is a relatively shy species, at least for humans. This also explains why python attacks on humans are so rare, but nothing is impossible as we speak of the world's most dangerous wildlife. Enemies. Anaconda deserves to be the most terrible monster at the top of the Amazon jungle's food chain with their giant size. But in the opposite, do they have the enemies or not? The answer is yes. Their first enemy is the jaguars. It may not sound right at all, because most of us assume that leopards are medium cats that are larger than wild cats and cannot be compared to a lion or tiger. How can an animal like that endanger the anaconda monster? Because we're just talking about African leopards, and American jaguars is on a higher level. They are the biggest animal in South Africa with the weight of more than 100 kilograms. In contrast to that enormous form, their speed and reflexes are extremely terrifying, adding to their excellent swimming ability. So, if they have to fight the anaconda both in water and on land, they can kill a massive anaconda with a bite on the neck, head, or throat with great strength. However, to say that the anaconda is weaker, it is entirely incorrect. In nature, these two animals are prey to each other. So, the adults of two species often avoid fighting each other because they don't want to get risks. The anaconda usually hunts the easier eating prey, meanwhile jaguars catch small pythons. The second enemy of the anaconda python is a black crocodile. In Anaconda's menu, there are several crocodiles except an Amazon River's evil genius, the black caiman. It is easy to understand because the black caiman is one of the world's largest crocodile species. Its average length is from 5 to 6 meters and weight can be reached up to 1 ton. The strength of this crocodile, besides lying in wait and camouflaging ability perfectly, the black caiman also has a very powerful bite force. If the fight between the anaconda python and the black caiman happens, most of the end will be like this. Thank you very much for watching the video of the channel. If you see it is a good video, please like, leave a comment and subscribe to the channel below. Remember to press the bell at the bottom not to miss the latest videos.